Yeah, I got another year on my contract and really enjoyed this year, and looking forward to coming back.
It was a little different for you this year, though. You played last much in the postseason. Was that tough on you, or did you kind of fall into that role?
I was prepared for it. Last year, my minutes started to go down, and I just looking at the roster, understanding the guys we have and the lineups, how the league's going smaller and smaller. That has probably more to do with anything. I understood that was coming. Being older, I'm not the same player I was, but I don't think I think it has more to do with our roster and the way the game has changed and teams playing small and things like that. So I understood it and was happy with it. I really had a good time this year, and really it's a different role. But like I said, I was ready for it and enjoyed it, and trying to help other guys and be ready when. The biggest challenge is just being ready to play when you're not playing, and having some confidence when you get in there. You haven't taken a shot in a long time, those type of things. That was an adjustment, but I thought I did well with it.
Will you be nervous at all over the next 40 or so days? Kevin's Gracie enters and maybe takes visits, that kind of thing?
Yeah, well, Kevin's so important to this place, obviously, and to our team, and a close friend of mine, and really enjoy my time with him, and so for sure, it's a big deal, and for us, we need him back, and we'll try to communicate how important he is to us, and how much he means to us, and we understand what this is and how it works, and it'll be up to him at the end of the day, but he means everything to us in terms of a friend, a teammate, and what he's done for the organization, and for the future, what we're trying to do. Obviously, we need him, so it's a big deal for us.
Well, how will you kind of navigate that, being his friend, but also probably want to give him space?
Yeah, I don't know. Just communicate to him what he means to me and to us, and there's no real selling. I think there's nothing he doesn't know about this place and what we're about, and I think it's just letting him know how important he is to us, and being there if he wants to talk, I guess, and realizing that he's going to make his own decision, and I think that's it.
Nick, you've been in the league a little while now. Do you use the offseason at this point? Do you sit back and just kind of think about what you're going to do after basketball, whether it's coaching or anything else?
I've thought a lot about it. As you get older, you know that day's coming. So I'll consider a lot of things. I think I also realize that things change, and I got another year to play. So can't make any decisions now, but I'm considering my options, I guess. And a lot of it has to do with my personal life. I have a 10-year-old daughter, and that'll be my priority. It is now, but even more so is getting as much time with her as I can after missing some time playing, and that'll be a big issue for me. Not issue, but that'll be main priority for me, is what's best for her, and so that'll be a big part of my decision.
Has there been a sense of pride for you this year, just seeing how the big men have progressed, particularly Steven Adams?
It's been great, and those guys have put in a lot of work and deserve all the credit. But I think for the rest of us that have been here and tried to help, it makes us feel good too. And Steven in particular, I think I always, from the day he got here, I knew he had the ability to be a really special player. And I think what we're seeing with him is a confidence that he's getting, and being comfortable with the NBA game, recognizing things in the NBA game, or recognizing things on the floor before they happen, and being able to fully react and use his ability now that he's got some experience. And it was really fun to see how well he played, and has played great. Serge continues to get better, and it's been fun to see our young guys develop and really step up in the playoffs.
How good do you think Steven can become? What's that guy going to look like at 25, 26 years old?
He's as good as anybody in the league at that position. I mean, when you look at the things he can do, I think he can be a post-up player. He doesn't get a ton of opportunity now, but he's got the tools to do it. He can be a roller to the rim and catch lobs, and be a real threat at the rim, which is so valuable today with the way teams want to spread the floor. He can guard post-ups as well as anybody. You don't have to take him out. As we saw when teams play small, he can switch on guys. I mean, he's a really unique player. He can do so many things at the center position. And then all of that, I think, going forward, I think his mindset, how hard he works, and those things really what make him special. He works incredibly hard. He wants to learn. He's a great teammate. He wants to perform for his team. So I think sky's the limit for him, and it's going to be fun to watch.
What stood out to you, maybe any moments or just general thoughts about kind of the team's ascension throughout the last 2-3 months of the season as you guys kind of grew as a team? Seemed like you were playing best basketball at the right time of the year.
Well, we talked about at the beginning of the year that it was going to be an adjustment, and there was going to be times where it looked ugly. We had a new coach, new staff, a lot of new players, and we knew it wasn't going to be pretty the whole time, and that's exactly, I think, what happened. We had stretches where we didn't play as well, and some of that, our focus wasn't as good as it needed to be at times. But by the end of the year, we wanted to be playing our best basketball, and we were. And we continued to get better as the playoffs went on, and we were playing at a very high level at the end.
Nick, you guys played incredibly high rate, high level the last month. What do you need to do better? What, in terms of what this roster needs, or what the guys on the roster need to do better? What's the next step in terms of particular play?
Well, I think, like you said, we played at a very high level, the highest level, and we're very close. And you're playing against some of the, San Antonio, Golden State, some of the best teams the league's ever seen, and we were right there. I think for us, the longer we can have those stretches of high focus like we had in those playoff games, the more that is closer to our norm, the better. On the defensive end, I think we're capable of being a much better defensive team than we were during the regular season. There's no question about that, and sustaining that for longer periods. And then on the offensive end, continuing to execute and get better shots at the toughest times. That's the hardest part, I think, in these playoff series, is generating good shots and against the best defenses at the most difficult times. So all the work that goes into that throughout the season, so that we're as prepared as possible at the end.
10, 20 years from now, will you look back at maybe Game 6 or this series as kind of like, well, it still stings?
Well, they a lot of them sting. I'm now almost 10, 20 years removed from college, and it stung every year we lost in the college and NCAA tournament, and you'll always have that, I think. I think for sure. I mean, we're very close, and whenever you're that close to getting to the finals and potentially having a shot at a championship, it will always sting. But it's also really cool too. And there's a lot of there'll be a lot of moments I'll remember of winning on the road and against San Antonio twice, and how well we played, and this was a really fun run for all of us, and I think we were this is the best we've ever played and the closest we've ever been as a team this playoff run, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of. So there's a lot of positives too, and that's the way I always look at it.
Nick, you talked about kind of the way the league is going. Everybody's doing the small ball thing, but your team, this franchise, seems to buck the trend. You have a good dearth of big men, and it seems something that the team wants to develop. I mean, you like the fact that you guys kind of stand out in that regard? Well,
yeah, I think we have a unique ability to have guys that you don't have to take out of the game when teams go small, and that's a difference a lot of teams don't have. So we can keep Serge in the game, and he can switch on guards, and same thing with Steven. Ennis actually did surprise a lot of people by being able to guard Iguodala, Barnes, and hold his own, and still be a threat on the offensive end where they have to deal with him on the board. So a lot of it has to do with the ability of our guys. But I think, Coach Donovan was trying to find things that worked in our advantage, and we found a lot of things. And with the roster, gives us the ability to play in different ways. And I think he did a really good job of using the different lineups, being able to play small and big, and get advantages from each way.
Even as an older player or or players been in the league longer. Were you even apprehensive about some of the things that Donovan was bringing in?
I wasn't apprehensive. I think it was just an adjustment. When you have one guy for so long, it's Scotty for however many years, and someone wants to do new things, it's different. And I think the players did a good job of keeping an open mind, and we talked about that even in a couple meetings that we had before the season without Coach being in those meetings, about how it doesn't do us any good to waste time fighting what the new guy wants to do. There could be a situation where you say, well, it worked the old way, why are we doing it this way? But I think we did a good job of having an open mind, and I think Russell and Kevin and Serge and those guys that have had a ton of success deserve a lot of credit for that, for having an open mind. And then Coach Donovan as well. He was willing to learn and change and listen to input from players, and I think it went really well, and it could have been a tougher situation. I think the staff and the players did a good job of making it work.
What was maybe the most frustrating point of this transition process at some point in the season, and then where do you feel like it clicked?
Well, there were frustrating times in the season for sure where we knew we weren't playing very well and we should be playing better. And again, a lot of that was focus on our part. There were some things that Coach would probably say that he got better at and understood better, and with the NBA game and our team understood his players better, that things that we were doing at the end that helped us. But I thought we had that really bad stretch after the All-Star break, and then when we snapped out of that, we started playing some better basketball, and we still would have frustrating losses even all the way to the end of the season that we felt like we shouldn't be having. But so there wasn't necessarily one time. The stretch after the All-Star break was probably where we had our most frustrating times by not playing as well as we knew we were capable of.
Anybody else? Thanks, Nick.
All right.